Welcome to YouTube. My name is Festus, and today I'm going to be talking about the mystery of food. Cure with food. This is the need for this is as a result of the problem that we now have in the society. I know that people have said so many things about food, and there are so many other videos on what to eat, how to lose weight, but this is the mystery of food is going to be taking a look at a different aspect. What people have said about eating different kinds of food may be true, but we are going to look at that same topic, but we're going to be taking it a little bit further so that people can understand a little bit more. There is so much to be said about food and what it does in our body, what we should eat and what we should not be eating. The only way out of the disease epidemic is eating what I refer to as the plant-based food. The plant-based food are those food that comes from nature. If we go into our supermarket, especially if we enter through the grocery side, we see those green leafy vegetable and different type of fruits with all the different colors that looks like the rainbow. Those are the food that are good for the body. This food, in this series we'll be referring it as a mystery of food. This food, they all do unique function. They all have a particular unique function that they perform in the body. That is why it's good to eat a variety of them. Or when there's a particular problem, you are asked to eat more of a particular type of food. We are going to talk about all that, but let me go into what I call refers to as the fallacy of our health insurance. The problem that has been created by processed food is now so in huge, greater proportion than the health insurance can handle. So even if you have the health insurance and when you are trying to make a claim, you discover that the insurance people, they are not happy. They get angry. Why do you want to claim all this for this and that? But that is how much it costs, and then it becomes a vicious cycle. Even when the person pays that insurance, then take all the medication, the problem still remain. It may stop for a few days and then it comes back. So that is what I call the fallacy of the health insurance. The health insurance is no longer able to handle the problem of food that we have there. So knowing what you should put in your mouth, that is the most important thing for the individual. Because the human body was not created with diseases. It was created just like every other thing in the universe were created. The mountains, the trees, and all the other animals and all that. They were created the human body was created just like that. But over the years, especially since the start of the Industrial Revolution, when we no longer eat things directly from the earth, and then we discover so many other things that machine can be used to produce food, can be used to harvest it, and then we started using pesticide and then taking them to the factory for processing, making, squeezing orange juice out of orange, turning apple to apple juice. Right now, almost every type of fruit have his own juice. But it's better to eat those fruits or food directly instead of depending on the processed part of it. No, the one that has been processed is done with different type of chemicals which may be good or not even good for our body, and then they have a way of putting some other chemicals that will give it a longer shelf life, so that it will be able to stay on the shelf for as long as possible, so that it will not go to waste. It just have to be sold. So those processed, highly processed food, they are not good. Anything that came from the nature, that is natural, that is what you should eat. Another aspect about the little mystery which I wanted to explain here is that you see most of the food that is available in our supermarket or that is available in different parts of the world, they also resemble some of the organs inside the body. For example, the blueberries, they resemble the human eye. But if you come to find out, the blueberries are the best medicine for the eyes. Yeah. If you eat a lot of berries, you discover that it will give you a lot of benefit, far more than the carrot, because it contains a lot of carotene, even more than the carrot. Because it is good for the eye. It resembles the eye. For example, look at the apple. The fist of your human hand is almost the size of that person's own heart. So the apple, you can see how the apple resembles the heart. We have different varieties of apple. We have the green, we have the red, all kinds of apples are there. So eating apple is indirectly saying is good for your heart. Look at the mango. The mango has some mangoes, if not all of them, they all have the shape of the kidney. Although they may look a little bit bigger, but the shape of the kidney is indirectly saying that mangoes, when you eat mangoes, it is going to be beneficial to your kidney. Look at the one we call beans. Beans, as it is called black-eyed peas here in America, but we have a variety of beans, and the beans look like the shape of the kidney. The one we call the the black-eyed pea, it looks like the shape of the kidney. If you can afford to eat, not necessarily afford, because they are the cheapest seed I've seen in the supermarket. If you cultivate the habit of eating beans regularly, it's not the one that is processed. Don't go for the quick fix, because there's a lot of it in the can that has been processed and then other chemicals added to it. No, it may still look like beans, but that has lost a lot of its nutrient. The one that has the real nutrient are the ones that you buy by yourself. I know this may be difficult for some people, but the maximum is just an hour to cook the black-eyed pea. They are of different variety. The variety that you like, anyone you cook, they all do the same thing. If you cultivate the habit of eating black-eyed pea, you will never have problem with your kidney. And the kidney is one of the most fragile organs in the body, because you can do things to other organs like the liver, which is very resistant, before it starts to suffer. But the kidney is not like that. The kidney has, if you give kidney a poison that is dangerous to the kidney only have 20 minutes. You can see how fragile the kidney is. So it's better, don't do anything that is going to destroy your kidney. Eat plenty of black-eyed peas, the one that you cook by yourself. You can cook it within that hour. If it's done, you eat the amount that you can eat. You put the other one away, because now we have technology. We have the refrigerator. You put it away for next time. When you come back, you put it in your microwave, or you heat it again directly on your stove and eat it. That is the best for the taking care of the kidney. People will say, "How? Oh, has it been verified?" It has been verified by nature. It has been verified by God, because our science they are doing the best they can, and I really trust them. I have a little bit of science background, because I was a registered nurse for some years, for a few years. But the science of food is ongoing. It's ongoing. There is no time they are not going to discover that what they have found before in the past, that was wrong, that this one is the best way now. That is what we are going to be seeing with science. But if you follow nature and look at the food that you are eating and the resemblance that they have with the food, with the things in our body, or the particular thing that is causing the problem that you have, you will be able to see the correlation between the two of them. I have this reminds me of a story. I'm going to digress a little bit. During the COVID-19, because I was still working, I worked 12 hours inside COVID-19, very busy with people. So I said, oh my God, this COVID-19 now is here. What do you do? You know, we all know how we all have panic. But I was just asking questions. I was just asking the universe. I said, what is this COVID-19? What is there anything? How can we deal with this? But I have a sister. I visit my sister once in the blue moon because we look at things in different ways. If she say this, I say that. So we really don't agree. But we are of the same father and the same mother. So, but the universe asked me, go and visit your sister. So I went during the COVID-19, and then I went. This is when the COVID-19 was just starting. I got to my sister's house. I greeted her. Then we talked briefly, and then she went to her kitchen. Then I followed her. She opened the refrigerator. As soon as she opened her own refrigerator, I saw something in her refrigerator. I said, oh my God, what is this? This looked like the COVID virus. I said, what is this? Well, my sister laughed. He said, I don't know what it is, but you can eat it, because I was in the supermarket buying. I saw a Mexican woman buying this in the supermarket. Then I asked her, what is this? So she opened it and put the white part of it inside and put it right there in her mouth and say, this is how to eat it, that is a fruit. And then she opened one and put it also in her mouth. And she discovered that it was sweet. That is why she decided to buy this. I said, oh. Then I took one from it. I opened it. I said straight away to my sister, I said, the COVID-19 that everybody is talking about, this is how the virus look. And this fruit is the cure for that COVID-19. My sister said, she just smiled because she knows the way I look at things. We never look at things the same way. She smiled and said, well, so I left. As soon as I left my sister's house, I drove to the supermarket and I bought. Luckily enough, I was able to find it in one of the. It was in H-E-B, one of our popular supermarket here in Houston, Texas. So I bought plenty of that fruits. I kept them in my fridge and I ate some of it that very day to see how it will feel in my body. And that was the fruit that I ate throughout the period of COVID-19. And look, it was, should I call it a coincidence? I know in the universes of God, there is nothing like coincidence. The thing that God put on your path are those things that will help to answer the questions that you are asking. I know we may not go down on our knees and start asking God, oh, please don't do this or don't do that. No, that is not the way. The things that you indirectly ask God, oh my God, how can I find a solution to this problem? How can I do this? How can I do that? The universe hears all that. Whether you say it out aloud or not, the universe hears all that and it continues to put those things on your path. The people, the instrument, everything that you need, they will be appearing. The universe is like an open book. The ability to read it, that is what everybody need to study. It's not easy to understand and know what the universe is saying to you. So science is doing some verification, but the one that has already been verified by nature, and like I'm saying in this video now, how you can recognize it from the resemblance. Yeah, the papaya and for example, the papaya and the pineapple, they look like the stomach, but the pineapple's body is very rough. So the universe isn't directly telling you this pineapple is good for you, but it does far, far more than the eyes can see. That is why I make its body so rough like this, but it is sweet on the inside and it does so many other things. That's the way that is the mystery that is in different type of foods that we eat. For example, the walnut. When you crack the walnut, you see inside it almost look like the human brain. Yeah, that resembles, that is, if you eat that, will be good for your brain. There are so many other food that we are going to also talk about in this series. So, but for listening to me today, I say thank you, but you were not, it is not a mistake, because there is nothing like coincidence. So it was God or the universe that asked you to click on this video today. We are going to continue with this, but I'm going to stop here now. So on our next video, we are going to continue to talk about the mystery of food. Thank you for listening.